I'm Kelly Burgess and I own this house with Drew McDonald, and we bought here last October, November, moved in December. I started working on the shed off to our left in April. It was kind of sitting haphazardly, not leveled, and needed to be saved, we thought. So originally the building was covered in different types of vinyl siding, and there was a couple holes in the roof, and it wasn't leveled, and it was kind of a bare bones looking shed. But it's a good size, so we thought, you know what, it's worth saving. Let's put some effort into it. So we've just been replacing what was already there. So we changed the siding, we changed the floor, and just tidied it up quite a bit. We replaced the door on the front. And very much in progress. But there's a patio door. I studded out and installed 3 new windows, and studded in places that there were doors and windows that we didn't want. So now we're at a place where we're going to start laying some floating decks. We had 2 decks donated by a local contractor. Basically everything I do, I'm learning it as I go. So he said, get the sites ready for the decks, so I have to figure that out. So I Google it, I watch YouTube videos, I talk to other local contractors and get advice. I talk to the guys down at Home Hardware and the girls, and I just figure it out as I go. So hopefully I'm doing it right. Part of the project turned into including this tree that was rotting and falling down. So we hired a guy from Tatamagouche to come in, and he cut down the tree, and I had this idea to turn the top of it into a table. The guy who cut it down was on board, so we have a little joint venture going where he's donated some slab wood, I donate my time, and we're going to build this table out of that tree trunk. And that'll have a full deck going around it, which will be floating along the front of this building. And here's our fire pit, recycled from an appliance recycle store in Amherst. So it's a washing machine tub. We bought it this summer because there were no fire pits available at the hardware stores. So I found this out front. He was selling them for 20 bucks. So I stuck some legs on it, a patio block, and recycled. Yeah.
I'm just curious about why you'd go to all this work yourself to help renovate your house in Pugwash.
1, to make the community look nicer. I think it's really important to have a nice looking property. 2, to learn all the skills involved in kind of taking care of yourself and knowing how to keep your home nice and how to maybe do some of the work there.
Because the world's changing right now.
And the world's changing,
Yeah.
so sustainability even within yourself is important.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So what's one of your favorite things that you've learned in the last 4 to 6 months that you've been working on this?
Probably installing windows.
Was it the hardest thing?
No, doors is harder because they have more variables, but windows, it was quite satisfying, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I know that you're a very able person. So I don't know that someone like, if I would take on this challenge, but I really admire that you've learned how to problem solve and figure everything out yourself. How important is community with this kind of project?
It's huge, very important. Yeah, I've met a lot of neighbors. I've had people come together and help and donate materials, advice, a lot of advice.
You're getting to know the people that live in this village.
Yes, definitely getting to know the people. And every time I do a new job, if I need to bring someone new in for advice, or like Craig who cut down the tree, that just opens up a whole new network that both he and I share and become richer for. Yeah. Meeting new people, learning new things, just brainstorming on whatever comes our way. And then for me, the same with each project, like, you know, setting the decks in place. And
My favorite thing is definitely the fire pit.
oh,
Even though it's less assuming, it's less assuming, but it's kind of spectacular in its
Thank you.
repurposing.
totally repurposing.
And I noticed that the swings on the big poplar tree look like they've were made from recycled materials. Also, what
fishing
was
rope,
that?
yes,
Fishing-
recycled fishing rope.
Okay.
And-
Did you make those yourself?
No, those are from the Pugwash Farmers Market.
Oh, really? Oh, from
Yes.
cast-offs.
From cast-offs,
Oh,
yes.
that's just great. That's
yes,
great.
Yes.
So when this is all said and done, and you've killed yourself working on this fabulous project,
yes.
are you going to take a rest, or do you think then you'll be, you'll need a new project?
Probably a bit of both. Part of this building will be my studio, my work studio, so there'll be work inside the building for me, but I also see like margaritas on the deck.
Oh yeah, very
Yeah,
important. Take
yeah.
note. Pugwash Farmers Market, Pugwash Community, margaritas on the deck.
Right around the tree table.
You were talking about something about that big old poplar too. If it eventually has to come down,
right, perhaps a tree house
perhaps a treehouse
that you could maybe perhaps sleep in,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good luck for all that.
Thank you, Maureen. Noreen. Oh my God, I screwed up her name.